Well, when you're living from the heart, in actual fact, there's nobody to live from the heart, but it is just in a way to express this. That's you never leave that place. That place is your own self. Is your own self. But what seems to be the attention, it seems to go out and be engaged with what's appearing. Thoughts of the past, thoughts of the future. Your attention seems to go out and engage with those. So actually, you never leave yourself. You're always yourself. So what seems to be an individual is just this dreaming itself as an individual. But at times it recognizes that it has never been an individual. So there is always that recognition all the time. As I always say, it's just a matter of noticing that you've always been yourself. You've never been anything else. But in a dream, this seems to be an object. This seems to be a separate human being that was born one day. But there's just an imagination appearing in it. So there's no real somebody who's separate. There's no real somebody who was born one day or who will die one day. It's just this wholeness appearing as that. So separation is just a dream. There isn't any separation here. There isn't somebody to be separate from anything. It's just wholeness appearing. So what seems to be a you doesn't actually exist. It's just imagined, or it's just a thought construct that seems to appear in this as this. So nobody actually gets separated from anything here. So it's just wholeness appearing as that. So it doesn't matter. This wholeness doesn't mind what seems to be an individual, because what seems to be an individual is just it. But at times it dreams itself as separate. And it recognizes that it has never been separate from anything. So already there is no separation here. There is no one to be separated from anything. Everything is this. Thinking, wondering, trying to figure out how life works. That's this wholeness appearing as that. Looking for a way to be one with this. That's just wholeness appearing as that. So there is no real separate somebody here. So right now there's just talking happening. There's just thinking happening. There's just confusion happening. There's just trying to understand this happening. So there's no one behind that. It's just wholeness appearing as that. So there isn't a you to be one with this. There isn't a you to become this. There isn't a you to know this. There's just this already. So everything is okay. Everything is beautiful. Everything is okay just the way it is. So nothing needs to be suppressed. Nothing needs to be changed. It's just a matter of this, not somebody, But this wholeness, noticing that it has never been anything else but itself. Wholeness has never been what seems to be a separate individual. Wholeness has never been you. It's just wholeness. So what seems to be a you is imagined. So that imagination is just to notice that we are not there. What seems to be a separate you is not there. It's just wholeness. Or should I say, you are already whole and complete. You are wholeness already. Thinking that you are not yet there. Having an idea, you're just wholeness, having an idea that you are an individual that was born one day. So I can never talk to an individual. I can never try to address an individual. I can only talk to myself. This can only talk to itself. It has never spoken to anything to an individual. This has never said anything to an individual. So right now, this wholeness is just talking to itself. There's no one here. There's nothing here already. There's no one to get anything here. There's no one to become anything here. There's no one to know anything here. Because it's just this. This is nothing appearing. This is nothing. So this is formlessness. This cannot be gotten. This cannot be held in view. This cannot be known. Because there's no one here to know it. It's just itself. So you're already whole and complete as wholeness. Even the dream of being an individual is okay, because there's no real individual. It's just wholeness dreaming itself to be a separate individual. So there's nothing wrong or right with anything. This doesn't mind what seems to be happening, because what seems to be happening right now is just wholeness happening. Thoughts cannot get this. The sufferer, the one who seems to be suffering, is thought-based. So when thoughts are looked for, they are not even there. So if thoughts cannot be found, if that someone is thought-based, is a thought construct, so it doesn't actually exist. The one who says, oh, I'm suffering, I'm confused, cannot be found, because it doesn't really exist. It's just a thought. There is no real solid individual who is confused about anything here. It's just what seems to be thoughts appearing, or this appearing as thoughts. So there's no one here to be confused. There's no victim here. Everything that seems to be happening is just wholeness happening. It's got nothing to do with an individual. It's not happening to somebody. Right now, this is not happening to somebody. It's just what seems to be happening. It may seem as if it's happening to somebody, but that's just a dream appearing in this as this. So I am the body that was born one day. It's just a thought. It's just a thought.
So I have PTSD, it's just a thought.
Yes.
That I tell myself blocks me from, or keeps me separated. But nothing can keep me separated. It's just an imagination or a dream.
Yeah, there isn't a you already to be kept separated from anything.
It's an me already.
Yeah, this just disappearing instead. So what seems to be an individual is just an appearance in this. It doesn't exist. It's just, there's no individual here. You can look. There's no individual except as a thought. Look now, don't think about it. Look, there's no individual here. It's more like this just saying, when that saying is left alone just as it is, it's seen that there's nothing here. Yes. So don't combine that saying with anything. Don't combine the saying with thoughts. Don't combine that saying with anything that arises. Just leave it just the way it is. Yeah. That saying alone, when it's left just the way it is seen that there's nothing here. There's no one here. It's so clear, so simple. And labels may be seen appearing. Let's say that's a wall, that's a door. Remember what you did yesterday, but there's just a voice. It means nothing. It's just a sound. It means nothing. Or you remember when you went to the picnic last week, Jane was so upset. That's just a sound. It doesn't mean anything.
Oh.
And that voice, that sound is not talking to anyone. It's just a sound. There is that seeing just the way it is. And there's a sound, story going on. Oh, I need to get up early in the morning, I need to go to work, I need to do this. It's just a story. It doesn't mean anything. Don't give any meaning to it. Of course, there's nobody to give meaning to anything. There right now is just what seems to be arising. It's just what's coming up here. Yeah, don't give any meaning to anything. Just see things appearing and disappearing. This doesn't mind itself. This doesn't mind. Actually, there's no doer. There's no doer here. So whatever may seem to be said, no one is saying it. It's just what's coming up. So what seems to be a doer is already this. Be nothing that you are already. Don't be somebody, be nothing. Because being somebody is just your imagination. You've never been somebody. You've never been separate. You've never been an object. You're just dreaming to be that. So just notice that you've never been anything else but this wholeness, everything. Don't try to figure out. Don't try to know it. Don't try to understand it. Be it. Of course, you are already. So don't try to be anything, just be. Be that which you are already. Being somebody is just a story that seems to appear in this. Yet this, it doesn't have any story. It doesn't have any story. So as I always say, the story never happened. This is not a story. This is not a story. This has always been itself. It has never been an individual. It has never been any story. But stories may seem, it doesn't actually appear, but it may seem to appear. So when something seems to appear, it doesn't actually appear. It seems, but it's not there. It seems to be there, but it's not there. So there is always that clear seeing that there's nothing here. Nobody sees that. It's just seeing. Yeah. So everything is okay. There is no resistance here to anything. This is not waiting. This is not, doesn't have any expectations. This doesn't mind what's happening. And this doesn't have any intention to do anything. Like a child, a newborn baby. When that newborn baby looks with, it seems as if there is no intention when is looking at for the first time. Just looks at things as they are without any labels. The child doesn't know any label. Doesn't know that that's a door, that's a wall, that's a roof. Just looks. Doesn't mind what's happening. Because it doesn't know anything. Take no thoughts. Don't take thoughts. So thoughts will always appear, but don't engage with them. Just be. Just be in that seeing. Don't engage with any thought. But there may be ones that maybe you need to go to the room to do something. Those are fine. But don't engage with any thoughts of the past. Just be. See them arising, see them appearing and disappearing. Don't take thoughts. Don't hold any thought and analyze it. Thoughts are just appearing. Thoughts are not what you really are. They're just thoughts appearing and disappearing. They're nothing. They're appearances. Never mind thoughts. Yeah, all is this. No matter what seems to be happening, it's just wholeness appearing as that. So here there are no stories. They may seem to be stories, but they are not there. There are no stories. This doesn't mind what's happening because everything that seems to be happening is already it. So there's just this. You are it already. There's no you apart from it. And there's no it apart from you. So you are everything. You are not an individual. There's just everything here. That is already nothing. So this doesn't mind thoughts. So doesn't mind thoughts. So just be nothing that you are already. Don't be something. Be in that seeing and see thoughts appearing and disappearing, emotions appearing and disappearing. Because this seeing is so clear. It's there all the time. Doesn't go away. That seeing is there even when you close your eyes. That seeing is there. It sees that it's darkness. It sees everything, yet it's nothing.
I have been watching a good movie, and I get caught into it. It's I know the movie, and they had the movie on the television. I know why I brought that up. I am watching a good movie on TV, and I seem to have been grabbed by it, but that's really no different than the movie in my mind and being grabbed by it. It's the same thing.
It's the same thing. It's just when the television is switched off, you're watching the screen. When it's switched on, still watching the screen. But it seems as if when it's on, you're watching people, mountains, but you're still watching the screen.
Oh, that's true. That's true. I'm watching a different movie play.
Yes.
Yes.
But you are nothing. You are nothing seeing. There's nothing seeing. There's no somebody who's seeing anything. There's just seeing. That seeing is this. It's everything. So there are no objects here. There's no door. There's no floor. There's no body. There's no blue sky. There's no earth. There's no universe. There's just this. Those are just projections. When you say this, that all, those are just appearing in the story that never happened. So there's nothing here. There's no fireplace. There's no Alice. There's no Nkosi. There's just this wholeness, everything. There's already no one here. There's nothing here. And everything is beautiful because it's nothing.
Yes. Everything is beautiful because it's nothing.
It's nothing. All are just labels, projection. There's no yesterday, there's no today, and there's no tomorrow. There's no time. There's no journey. There's no path. There's no liberation. There's no one here to be liberated. It's just this, everything, wholeness, beautiful as it is. There's no right or wrong here. There seems to be that okayness with everything.
That would be beautiful.
Yeah. So that's why I always say everything's okay. Whether arguments arise, disagreements arise, confusion arise, understanding, misunderstanding, somebody playing the devil's advocate. Doesn't really matter because all is this. So everything is okay.